Hello students, how are you? I hope you are all fine. Today in this class we are going to discuss the another optical instrument we call prism. What is prism? A prism is an optical device. It consists of two triangular faces and three rectangular faces. Look at here. Now assume yourself this is the prism. Prism is a three-dimensional object. It consists of two triangular faces. Look at here. This is one triangular face and this is one triangular face. And three rectangular faces. This is one rectangular face. This is another rectangular face. This is below the base we call the rectangular face. And also the prism consists of two non-parallel faces tilted with some angle. Look at here, this is one face, this is one face. In between these two faces, some angle. This is called the angle of the prism. Look at here. Now, the prism, this is the prism. Prism consists of two triangular faces. This is the prism. Now look at here. This is what A. What is A? Angle of the prism. For every prism, angle is there. Look at here. This is the prism. A prism is a homogeneous medium. This is one triangular face. This is another triangular face. Now in between the two triangular faces, one edge. This edge is called refracting edge. This is called refracting edge. Now this is A, B, C. For every prism, A is there. What is A? A is the angle. A is called angle of the prism. A is called angle of the prism, also called as refracting angle of the prism. Nodi? Suppose to bring lenses or mirrors. Focal length is very important, dear students. Similarly, to bring prism, angle is very important. For every prism, angle. What is a angle of the prism? Suppose why we know that we are using the prism for refraction, for reflecting purposes. But here I am going to explain refraction in prism. Actually, prism is a three-dimensional object. I am not taking the whole prism. I am taking only the part of the prism. Nodi, ishtu prism ide ankondre nanu whole prism beda, just I am taking part of the prism. Ivu idana cut madkonbidtini. So I am going to cut the face. One face tagotini nange yav tara sigutte andre ee tara sigutte. This is what A, B, C. ABC is the principal section of the prism. This is the principal section of the prism. A. What is a angle of the prism? Now BC. BC is called base of the prism. AB and AC are called refracting surfaces. This is one refracting surface. This is another refracting surfaces. AB and AC are the refracting faces or the refracting surfaces. Refracting faces or surfaces. BC. BC is called base of the prism. Suppose I am placing the prism like this. Prism na hige itkondre a base telgade hogibidutte. So here mainly I am using two surfaces of the prism, AB and AC. Now I am going to explain the refraction in prism. How the refraction in prism? Look at here. Suppose this is the prism. This is the prism. This is the triangular prism. I am using triangular prism. This is one part of the prism we call principal section of the prism. A, B, C. ABC is the triangular prism. For every prism, what is there? A. What is A? Angle of the prism. N1. What is N1? refractive index of surrounding medium. This is N2. What is N2? Refractive index of the prism. Now consider a ray of light, PQ. PQ is the ray of light. The ray of light travels from one medium to another medium. Here surrounding medium, assume yourself surrounding medium is air medium. The ray of light travels from air medium to a glass. The prism is made up of glass. It consists of two surfaces, AB and AC. The ray of light travels from one medium to another medium. It falls on the first surface, AB. We know that refraction, because due to the changes in the medium, the light undergoes refraction. Now this is the refracted ray, QR. QR is the refracted ray. The refracted ray falls on the second surface or second phase AC. Once again, it undergoes refraction. This is what? Refraction. PQ is the incident ray, QR is the refracted ray, RS is the emergent ray. ಇದು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಅಂಥದ್ದು, ಇದು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಅಂಥದ್ದು. PQ is the incident ray, QR is the refracted ray, RS is the emergent ray. Now this is the actual, the path of the incident ray. ಅಲ್ವಾ ನೋಡಿ, in the absence of the prism, ಈ prism ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದಿದ್ರೆ the ray must be go in this direction. But in the presence of the prism, the path of the light changes or the ray of light deviates. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. You got it? Now this is the angle of deviation, total deviation. This is what? Deviation. ನೋಡಿ prism ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? The prism deviates the light. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋಂಥದ್ದು ಲೈಟು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. That's why for deviation you are going to use the prism. Sir, you already used the glass slab for deviation purpose. Which is better, either glass slab or prism? Actually the prism is better to deviate the rays of light. Look at here. Suppose this is the glass slab. Already we know that it consists of two parallel surfaces, but prism two non-parallel surfaces with some angle. This is the main difference for the glass slab. This parallel surfaces, non-parallel surfaces. Here in between two non-parallel surfaces, angle. This is angle of the prism. Now look at here. This is the normal. For normal, no refraction. This is the ray of light. It travels from first medium to second medium. This is the incident ray. This is the refracted ray. This is the emergent ray. PQ is the incident ray. QR is the refracted ray. RS is the emergent ray. Look at here. Now this is the actual path of the light, but the light deviates from ear to ear. This is the lateral shift. But look at it. This is the prism. No, actually this is the path of the incident light, but this is the deviation. For deviation, actually look at here. This is the light deviated here from ear to ear in the glass slab. But in the prism, the deviation produced by the prism is towards the base of the prism. At the end deviation ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಅದು ಯಾವ್ದು ಹತ್ರ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ? ಆ ಬೇಸ್ ಕಡೆ ಹತ್ರ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. That's why for deviation prism is better than the glass slab. Got it? Make clear this. Now this is the refraction in the prism. Now I am going to derive the very important derivation for the main examination, the relation between refractive index, angle of the prism and angle of the deviation using refraction through prism or refraction in prism. Dear student, let us discuss the main derivation using prism, the refraction in prism. For lens equation or lens formula, for mirror equation or mirror formula. Similarly for prism formula is there. In main examination, derive n2 by n1 is equal to sine of a plus dm by 2 by sine of a by 2, or derive the relation between angle of the prism, refractive indices and angle of minimum deviation. 5 marks question. Here to derive this I am using triangular prism. Now assume yourself this is the triangular prism. I am not taking the whole prism, I am taking only the part of the prism. This is the triangular prism. This is A. What is A? Angle of the prism. ABC. ABC is the triangular prism. N1 refractive index of surrounding medium. N2 refractive index of the prism. Now consider a ray of light PQ. PQ is the ray of light. PQ is the ray of light, travels from one medium to another medium. It falls on the first surface AB. Now QR. QR is the refracted ray. RS is the emergent ray. Actually, in the absence of the prism, the ray must be go in this direction. Now, we don't know the angle of incidence and the angle of refraction. So, you draw the normal. For the first surface AB is the first refracting surface, AC is the second refracting surface, BC is the base of the prism. You draw the normal at Q. You draw the normal. This is normal. We got I. What is I? Angle of incidence. You draw the normal at R. These two normals meet at this point. This is called N. Now this is E. What is E? Angle of emergence. I is the angle of incidence. For the first surface, this is the I is the angle of incidence, R1 is the angle of refraction. For second surface, E is the angle of emergence, R2. For the first surface, I is the angle of incidence, R1 is the angle of refraction. For second surface, R2 acts as the angle of incidence and E is the angle of emergence. Now, you produce the ray in the backward. This is the path of the emergent ray. You produce the ray in the backward. This point is M. And this is what? Total deviation. This is what? Total deviation. Delta. The delta means total deviation. Here in this figure, I. What is I? Angle of incidence. Angle of incidence. What is E? Angle of emergence. Angle of emergence. Now delta. What is delta? Total deviation. Delta means total deviation. I angle of incidence, E angle of emergence. Delta means total deviation. N1 refractive index of surrounding medium, N2 is the refractive index of the prism. Look at here. Now by using this I am going to derive the Lenz formula or the relation between refractive indices, angle of the prism and angle of the minimum deviation. Now to derive this, first you take the quadrilateral in this diagram or in this figure, which is the quadrilateral A, Q, N, R. Look at here, this is the quadrilateral A, Q, N, R. In the quadrilateral A, Q, N, R, this angle is A, this angle is A, and this is what? Q, N, R. In quadrilateral, sum of four angles is 360 degree, but in quadrilateral, in this quadrilateral, I am taking the two angles, the two opposite angles. Which are the two opposite angles? Angle QAR plus QNR. Angle QAR plus QNR is equal to 180 degree. Look at here. In quadrilateral AQNR, in quadrilateral AQNR. In quadrilateral AQNR, the sum of two angles, this angle and this angle. So this angle is A, this angle is QNR. Angle A plus angle QNR is equal to 180 degree. Opposite angles in a quadrilateral is 180 degree. May I clear this? Now this is angle A, or simply I am taking angle A. This A plus QNR is equal to 180 degree. This is equation 1. Now to take the triangle. In this diagram, the triangle is QNR. In triangle QNR, the sum of three angles is 180 degree. Which are the three angles? R1 plus angle QNR plus R2. R1 plus QNR plus R2 is equal to 180 degree. This is equation 2. Now from equation 1 and 2, once again look at here, this is the triangle QNR. Know that in triangle the sum of three angles is 180 degree. This is R1, this is QNR, this is R2. R1 plus QNR plus R2 is equal to 180. May I clear this? Now from equation 1 and 2, from equation 1 and 2, comma, we get this is 180, 180. Right hand side equal means left hand side must be equal. Now in the place of 180 I am writing R1 plus QNR plus R2. A plus QNR is equal to, in the place of 180 I am writing R1 plus QNR plus R2. Just QNR get cancels. A is equal to R1 plus R2. This is equation 3. That is, angle of the prism is equal to sum of the angles R1 plus R2. Now this is equation 3. Now look at here. This is delta. What is delta? Total deviation produced by a prism. Suppose this is the prism. This is the first surface. This is the path. This is the incident ray PQ. This is the refracted ray. For the first surface, I is the angle of incidence. R1 is the angle of refraction. This is the actual path of the incident ray. This is delta D1. Delta 1. Deviation for first surface. Look at here. This is the deviation for first surface. This is the deviation for second surface. The total deviation delta is equal to the sum of the two deviations. Look at here. Look at here. This is the total deviation delta. This is the deviation for first surface. The deviation for second surface. Now what is the deviation delta 1? The deviation delta 1 means I minus R1. I minus R1 is delta 1. To delta 2, E minus R2 is delta 2. Suppose for the first surface, the ray of light travels from rarer to denser. Rarer to denser means, look at here, rarer to denser means the refracted ray is towards the normal. The ray of light travels for second surface, the ray of light travels from denser to rarer. For second surface, this angle is more, E is more. For first surface, I is more. That's why delta 1 is equal to I minus R1. Delta 2, deviation for second surface is delta 2 is equal to E minus, look at here, E minus R2. See the deviation for first surface, the deviation for second surface. So the total deviation produced by the prism is equal to sum of the deviations for two faces or delta 1 plus delta 2. May I clear this? Look at here. The total deviation delta is equal to delta 1 plus delta 2. The sum of the deviations for two phases. I told that delta 1 is equal to delta 1. Ray of light travels from rarer to denser. The refracted rays towards the normal. This angle is more. I minus R1. I minus R1. For second surface, a ray of light travels from denser to rarer. This angle is more. E minus R2. E minus R2. Now delta is equal to I. This is E. I plus E. I plus E. Here minus minus. You take minus outside. Minus R1 plus R2. Delta is equal to I plus E minus R1 plus R2. R1 plus R2 means A. You take minus A to the left hand side. Delta plus A is equal to I plus E. Delta plus A is equal to I plus C. Delta means total deviation. A means angle of the prism is equal to I plus C. Now this is equation 4. Now come to the main point of this derivation. Now here I am using the graph. Here from the experimental data. Suppose from the experimental data I am using, this is angle of incidence, this is delta, angle of deviation. Now you place the prism here. This is the I. What is I? Angle of incidence. You increase the angle of incidence. It's 30 degree, 35 degree, 40 degree, 45 degree, 50 degree, 55 degree, 60 degree. If you know that the total deviation delta, which is total deviation delta. The total deviation delta depends on angle of incidence and the refractive index. You got it? Once again, the total deviation delta, angle of the incidence may depend agide and refractive index may depend agide. You got it? First you increase the angle of incidence. By increasing the angle of incidence, the angle of deviation first decreases. Afterwards, increase the angle of incidence, the deviation is minimum. For every prism, the deviation at one position, the deviation is minimum. This is what angle of minimum deviation. After that, by increasing the angle of incidence, the deviation increases. Angle of incidence increases. First, the deviation decreases 50, 45, 40, that 35. But ಹಿಂಗೆ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನೋಡಿ, ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಯಿತು, ಬಟ್ ಡಿವಿಯೇಷನ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಸ್. ಹಂಗೆ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಗೆ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅಟ್ ಒನ್ angle of incidence, deviation is minimum. This is the deviation is minimum. After that, increase the angle of incidence 50, 60. Once again, the angle of incidence increases. ನೋಡಿ, angle of incidence ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯಿತು. ನೋಡಿ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ಗೆ ಡಿವಿಯೇಷನ್ ಫುಲ್ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ angle of minimum deviation. This is I am using capital D ಅಂತ ತಗೋತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. Look at here, ಹೆಂಗೆ ತಗೋತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. First, this is angle of deviation. This is what angle of incidence. This is what angle of incidence. This is what angle of deviation. First, the angle of incidence increases. I told that. The angle of deviation decreases. At one particular angle, the angle of deviation is minimum. After that, the angle of deviation increases. This is why delta is equal to dm. What is dm? Minimum deviation. This is the minimum deviation. Look at here. At delta is equal to dm means minimum deviation position. Look at here. This is the prism. This is the PQ incident ray. At minimum deviation, ನೋಡಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. PQ is the incident ray, QR is the refracted ray, RS is the emergent ray. Now, assume yourself at this position deviation is minimum. ಈ ಒಂದು ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ಗೆ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಡಿವಿಯೇಷನ್ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಫ್ ಡಿವಿಯೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್, ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ಬೋದು? Look at here. This is I, this is R1, this is R2, this is E. Look at here, for minimum deviation position, look at the refracted ray. The refracted ray QR. The refracted ray QR is parallel to base of the prism. The refracted ray QR is parallel to base of the prism. Look at here, the refracted ray QR is parallel to base of the prism. ನೋಡಿ, at minimum deviation, a deviation ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಫುಲ್ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, this ray, refracted ray is parallel to base of the prism. And also at minimum deviation position, you can retrace the path. ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ಥರ ನೀವು ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ರೇ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. Look at here. At minimum deviation, we are going to retrace the path. ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ರಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಹೋಗಿ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ರೀಟ್ರೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. That's why the ray is symmetrical ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಕಳಿಸಿ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಕಳಿಸಿ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಿತ್ತು, I, this one is R1, now this one is R2. ಇಂಟರ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಈ ಕಡೆ ಕಳಿಸಿದಾಗ ಇದನ್ನು I ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬೋದು, ಇದನ್ನು E ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೋಬೋದು. ಈ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲನ್ನು R2ನ R1 ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬೋದು, R2ನ R1 ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬೋದು. So you can interchange the angles. Suppose, that's why very important point here students, at the minimum deviation, for every prism, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಪ್ರಿಸಮ್ಗೆ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಡಿವಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿವಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ರೇ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಈ ಕಡೆ ರೇ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಡಿವಿಯೇಷನ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ರಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ರೇ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಟು ಬೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ರಿಸಮ್. ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೀಟ್ರೇಸ್ ದ ಪಾತ್. ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಐ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಕಡೆ ಇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಕಳಿಸಿದಾಗ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಐ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಇ, ಆರ್ ಇ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಐ, R1 ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು R2 ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು R. Therefore, here I am writing, that's why at minimum deviation position, delta is equal to dm, I is equal to E. I is equal to E and R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R ಅಂತ ಬರೀಬಹುದು. Now, from using, I am using this in equation 3 and 4. Look at here, this is equation 3. R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R ಅಂತ ಬರೀಬಹುದು. at minimum deviation position. Equation 3 becomes, ನೋಡಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, A is equal to, in the place of R1 R, the place of R2 R, R plus R, A is equal to 2R, R is equal to A by 2. We got R. Now the equation 4 becomes, but equation 4 ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, in the place of delta, in the place of delta I am writing dm, the place of delta I am writing dm, dm plus A is equal to I plus E, ಈ ಜಾಗಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬೋದು, I ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬೋದು. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ dm plus A is equal to I plus I is 2I, ಅಲ್ಲಿ I is equal to dm plus A by 2. We got R and I. Now here I am using Snell's law of refraction, because we know that here the ray is refracted. The first medium, second medium. We are going to apply the Snell's law, means second law of refraction. From Snell's law, look at here. From Snell's law, the Snell's law, n2 by n1 is equal to sin I by sin R. Here what is I? Look at here, I means dm plus A by 2, dm plus A by 2. What is R? Look at here, what is R? What is R? A by 2. R is A by 2. This is what? Prism formula. What is the prism formula? This is the prism formula. What is the prism formula? n2 by n1 is equal to sin of dm plus A by 2 by sin of A by 2. This is the prism formula. Sin of dm plus A by 2 by sin of A by 2. This is very important. This is applicable for prism. What is A? A is the angle of the prism. What is dm? Angle of minimum deviation. Look at here once again. What is angle of minimum deviation? Know that this is the incident ray, this is the refracted ray, this is the emergent ray. For every prism, you know that deviation is minimum. At one particular angle, deviation is minimum. That is called angle of minimum deviation. This is the very important prism formula. Dear students, now we are going to discuss the thin prism. You know that lens, thin lens. Similarly, we are using prism, thin prism. What is thin prism? A thin prism is one whose angle of the prism, A, whose refracting angle or the angle of the prism is less than 10 degree. It's called thin prism. Thin prism andre the refracting angle of the prism or angle of the prism 10 degree ಗಿಂತ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, less than 10 degree. These type of prisms we call thin prism ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Now what is the deviation produced in the thin prism? Suppose this is the incident ray, this is the refracted ray, this is the emergent ray, this is the path. Now what is the deviation produced in the thin prism? The deviation produced in thin prism. Here I am using prism formula. What is prism formula? We know that using prism formula. What is prism formula? We know that n2 by n1 is equal to sin of A plus dm by 2 by sin of A by 2. Here we know that this is n1 refractive index of surrounding medium, n2 refractive index of the prism. Here if angle of the prism is very small, if angle is very small means deviation is also less. If angle is less, deviation is also less. Then neglect sign here. ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಈ ಎ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಡಿವಿಯೇಷನು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಯು ನೆಗ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸೈನ್. ನೆಗ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ n2 by n1 is equal to n2 by n1 means n21 ಅಂತ ಬರೀಬೋದು. The refractive index of medium 2 by medium 1 is equal to n21. n21 is equal to, I am neglecting sign here. Now a plus dm by 2 by a by 2. This 2 get cancels. Now you take a here, n21. n2 by n1 means n21. n21 into a is equal to a plus dm. You take a to the left hand side, n21 into a, you take minus a is equal to dm. Now dm is equal to, you take a outside. If you take a outside, a of n21 minus 1. This is the deviation. This is the deviation produced by thin prism. This is the formula. Dm is equal to a of n21 minus 1. That's why from this expression we are going to calculate the deviation produced by thin prism. Thank you. Dear students, now we are going to discuss the optical instruments. The three optical instruments are there. One is the natural optical instrument, that is our eye, and then microscope and telescope. Know that for our syllabus, a simple microscope, compound microscope, the refracting telescope and reflecting telescope. But actually just you have to know about the human eye. That helps to explain the simple microscope, compound microscope and telescope. Now I told that the natural optical instrument is our eye. You know that inside our eye the crystalline lens is there. To discuss few parts of our human eye. Know that this is the human eye. Now here, look at here. This is the front part. This is called cornea. The light enters through the cornea, and then that light goes with the help of pupil. What is pupil? Pupil means a small hole or the central hole in the iris. You know that iris is a protective layer. The small hole in the iris is called pupil. The light goes through the pupil and falls on the crystalline lens. This crystalline lens acts as a convex lens, and then this crystalline lens is held by the very important muscles we call ciliary muscles. Here, you know that these muscles are very important. We call ciliary muscles. These muscles hold the crystalline lens, and then here you know that after this is the light rays, the light enters and falls on the crystalline lens. It undergoes refraction. After refraction, all the refracted rays are focus on the retina. All refracted rays are retina ಮೇಲೆ focus on. It is very important. Now this is called retina. Retina means you know that it consists of cones and rods. It consists of nerves. You know that. And then to this retina, the optic nerve is connected that sends the signals to the brain. But here mainly, you know that this part is aqueous humor, this part is vitreous humor, because here mainly I am using these ciliary muscles and retina, and this is the crystalline lens. Okay. Now look at here. This is the lens. Assume yourself. This is the lens. This is the crystalline lens. This is the crystalline lens. Now this is the axis. Now you know that this is the retina. We call retina. All the light rays must focus on the retina. Now consider the rays of light. Now look at here. This is the eye lens. This is the eye lens. This acts as a convex lens. You send the rays of light. The rays of light falls on the eye lens or crystalline lens. It acts as a convex lens. We know that refraction. After refraction, all the light rays must focus on the retina. Then only the sharp image, we are getting the sharp image, we are going to see the object. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? ಇಲ್ಲೇ ರೆಟಿನಾ ಮೇಲೆ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ನೋ ದಟ್ ರೆಟಿನಾ ಮೇಲೆ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ವಿ ನೋ ದಟ್ ಫೋಕಲ್ ಲೆಂತ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಎಫ್? ಫೋಕಲ್ ಲೆಂತ್. ದ ಫೋಕಲ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಐ ಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ನಿಯರ್ಲಿ 2.5 centimeter. Is the focal length of the eye lens 2.5 centimeter. Now look at here. Our eye has the ability to focus the near point and also to focus the far point. Know that what is near point? What is near point or least distance of distinct vision. Near point or least distance of distinct vision. What is least distance of distinct vision? Capital D. The least distance of distinct vision, capital D, is, know that to see the object clearly you have to place the object at certain distance. Alva? Suppose I am placing the object here. This is the eye. This is the eye. Suppose here I am placing the object. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ನೋ ಲೈಟ್ ರೇಸ್ ನೋಡಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ರಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನೋ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ನೋ ದಿಸ್ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, ದಿಸ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅವೇ. ಇದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ದೂರ ಇದೆ, ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನು ಹತ್ರ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಐ ಬ್ರಿಂಗಿಂಗ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸರ್ ಟು ಐ. ಹತ್ರ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದಂಗೆ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಹತ್ತತ್ರ ಬಂದಂಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ತು, ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂತು, ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂತು, ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂತು, ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಐ ನೀಡ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಸಿ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ಲಿ. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ದ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ದ ಐ. ದಿಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ distinct vision. For normal eye, the least distance of distinct vision is nearly 25 centimeter. ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತು ನನಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸೆಂಟಿಮೀಟರ್ ಇರಬೇಕು? 25 ಸೆಂಟಿಮೀಟರ್. ಸಪೋಸ್ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ದೂರ ತೊಗೊಂಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನೋಡಿ ಥರ ತೊಗೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಇನ್ನು ಹತ್ರ ಕಾಣಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಐ ಆಮ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗಿಂಗ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲೋಸರ್. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ತುಂಬ ಹತ್ರ ತೊಗೊಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ತುಂಬ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬ್ಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ವೈ ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ನೋಡಿ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟು, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂತು ಈ ಥರ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್. ನೋಡಿ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿಂದ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ದ ರೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಟ್. ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಯು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ದ ರೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಟ್. ನೌ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ ಆಲ್ಫಾ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಫಾ? ದಿಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ is called visual angle. The angle made by the object. Similarly, the angle made by the image. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? The angle made by the object at the eye. The angle made by the object at the eye. Similarly, the angle made by the image at the eye. So these angles are called visual angle. Alva? But to increase the visual angle, you have to bring the object closer. ಹತ್ರ ತಗೊಂಬರಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತು ಇಫ್ you for the same object you take the object far away. ಫಾರ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್, ಇದೇ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಗೆ ದೂರ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋದರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ದೂರ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋದರೆ ಈ ಥರ ದೂರ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ದ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಫಾರ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಇಫ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅವೇ ದಿಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೆಸ್. ಇಫ್ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೆಸ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್, ದ ಅಪರೆಂಟ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹತ್ರ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇದೇ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ದೂರ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ದ ಅಪರೆಂಟ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಸ್ because the angle decreases. Know that the visual angle decreases, the apparent size not real object ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಹತ್ರ ತಗೊಬಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. We know that if the object is closer, a visual angle is more. That's why the object is bigger, appears bigger. The same object you take far away, no, the visual angle is less, the apparent size of the object decreases. ಅದೇ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟು ಹತ್ರ ತೊಗೊಬಂದಂಗೆ ವಿಜುವಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ವಿಜುವಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೋರ್, ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಯು ನೋ ದಟ್ ಅಪಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಮೋರ್. ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಪಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಮೋರ್. ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಅಪರೆಂಟ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ದ ಅಪರೆಂಟ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ವಿಜುವಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ನೋ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಂಕ್ಟ್ ವಿಷನ್. ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನೋ ಐ ಬ್ರಿಂಗಿಂಗ್ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲೋಸರ್ ಟು ಮೈ ಹೈ. ಹತ್ರ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಐ ಬ್ರಿಂಗಿಂಗ್ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲೋಸರ್ we will not get the proper image because we are not going to see the proper object to the naked eye. ಅದೇ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗಿಂಗ್ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲೋಸರ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಿ ನೋ ದಟ್ the ciliary muscles are going to compress. ಹತ್ತತ್ರ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ suppose look at here, object ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. The ciliary muscles are going to compress. With the help of ciliary muscles are going to compress. All the light rays are going to focus on the retina. Alva? Now I am bringing very closer means no. full hatra tagobandbitre the ciliary muscles are not going to compress because it compresses maximum at least distance of distinct vision. Ee distance ಅಲ್ಲಿ full compress ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಅದು ciliary muscles. If you go closer, no, these ciliary muscles are not going to compress. That's why the light rays are not focused on the retina, it focus behind the retina. That's why we are not going to see the object clearly. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಬ್ಲರ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಂಕ್ಟ್ ವಿಷನ್. ವೆನ್ ಅವರ್ ಐಸ್ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ಡ್, ನೋಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಣ್ಣು ಯಾವಾಗ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಟು ಸಿ ದ ಫಾರ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್? ಫಾರ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್? ತುಂಬ ದೂರ. ಫ್ರಮ್ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟು ಸಿ ದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಸ್, ಅದರ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ಸ್, other satellites like moon, other stars. ತುಂಬ ದೂರ ಇದೆ. What is the far distance? What is the far point? We call far point. What is the far point distance? The far point distance is what? Infinity. ತುಂಬ ದೂರ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ನೋಡಬಹುದು? ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿ. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ is at infinity, sun is at infinity. ತುಂಬ ದೂರ ಇದೆ. God, that's why to see the far objects our eye is relaxed. Look at here, how the eye is relaxed. I am going to explain properly. Look at here, this is the eye. Now assume yourself the object is very far. If the object is very far, we get the light rays are parallel. Alva? Object tumba dura ide andre, from the object we will get the parallel rays. Now parallel rays means the light rays are focused on the retina. The object is at infinity, we get the rays are parallel. After refraction, all the refracted rays from the eye lens meets at retina. This is called focus. Ella retina mele focus agutte. You are going to see the far objects very clearly. Our eyes relaxed. But ivaga nam kannu relax agirutte because ciliary muscles not compresses. The ciliary muscles are free to see the far objects. Now look at here, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ದೂರ ಆಯಿತು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ನೋ ಯು ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸರ್. ನೋಡಿ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ತಗೊಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಟು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಫೋಕಲ್ ಲೆಂತ್, ಅದೇ ಫೋಕಲ್ ಲೆಂತಿಗೆ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಟು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಫೋಕಲ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮಸಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕಂಪ್ರೆಸ್ ದ ಐ. ಅದೇ ಲೆನ್ಸಿಗೆ ಅದೇ ಫೋಕಲ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಅದೇ ಪಾಯಿಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಮಸಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕಂಪ್ರೆಸ್. ಇದು ಕಂಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಕಂಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ all the rays are meets at the retina. ಈ retina ಮೇಲೆ ಬಿಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ciliary muscles. That's why our eye is relaxed at far point. To see the far point objects, our eye is relaxed. Ciliary muscles are free. To see the near objects, our eye means inside the eye, the ciliary muscles are compressed to focus the light rays on the retina. To get the same focal length, you have to see the far objects, you have to see the near objects. Our eye has the ability to see the near point distance and also the far point distance. This is called accommodation or accommodation power. What is, look at here, what is accommodation or accommodating power? It is the ability of the eye lens due to which it changes its focal length or to changes its curvature and its focal length to see the objects clearly situated at different distances. To see the far point distances, the same, all the light rays must focus on the retina to get the same focal length. To see the near point distances, we know that our eye lens has the ability to see the far point distance and also the near point distance to get the same focal length. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಣ್ಣು ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದೇ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದೇ ನೂರದು ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು, ಹತ್ತಿರದು ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ದಿಸ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಅಕಾಮಡೇಷನ್ ಆರ್ ಅಕಾಮಡೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಪವರ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಇದೆ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ನೋ ದಟ್ ಇನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಟು ಸಿ ದ ನಿಯರ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ nodi we are by with the help of camera we are going to see the near objects, and also to see the far objects you have to zoom madkobeku, that's why you have to adjust in the camera, but in our eye self adjusting, that's why we got some power. This is called accommodating power or accommodation, to see the near point distance, to see the far point distance. What is the near point distance? For normal eye 25 centimeter. Near point means least distance of distant vision. What is the far point distance? Infinity. Means to see the far point distance, infinity. Light rays are parallel, our eyes relaxed. Okay, you got it? May I clear this? Now we are going to discuss the artificial optical instruments, that is microscope. Okay, we will discuss the microscope. What is microscope?